The following news segment is produced for MTN by the Western Ag Network. Now, here's your Farm and Ranch report from the Montana Ag Network.
Well, after a record-setting year in 2022, U.S. beef exports have faced some headwinds this year. However, U.S. Meat Export Federation Chief Executive Officer Dan Hallstrom says that tide is turning thanks in part to consumers around the world and their love for high-quality U.S. beef.
There's quite a few headwinds out there. I mean, we have less cattle supply, so less available beef to export. You've got a strong dollar in Asia, and you've got a food service market that's really not recovered throughout most of Asia. But despite all that, demand has been pretty darn good, led by retail. And so we're optimistic about that. Without a doubt, though, that the leader to date this year has been Mexico. The North American Free Trade Agreement countries, Canada and Mexico have been pretty strong throughout the first part of this year. So if you think about a little bit of a rebound in the second half of this year with Asia, especially in food service, it might turn out to be a pretty good year.
He says despite these headwinds, U.S. beef is still in a really good position.
Without a doubt. Yeah, we've set such amazing records last year, and it was broad-based growth a year ago. So you're up in almost every major market. And I think we made a lot of inroads there on a lot of levels, a lot of different segments. The retail, of course, was the cornerstone. But, further processing, institutional, we saw so much penetration in a lot of markets. So, we're in a really good place on beef. And we just have to weather the storm the next couple of years with less supply.
And he says beef exports really do create more value for cattle producers back at home.
Yeah, and the thing we should also emphasize is that even though our business is down a bit, we're still seeing the value side come through. And, you've got a $300 to $330 hundredweight cutout on choice, and that hasn't been a problem for a lot of these international markets. They're paying the price. So I think the acceptance of our product from a quality standpoint and the ability and willingness for a lot of these countries to pay whatever the market price is for high quality is there. You're talking about $400+ a head on every animal exported. That's significant return to the producer.
Meanwhile, U.S. pork exports are running 14% above last year's pace, while U.S. lamb exports are down 32% from a year ago. For a more detailed report, visit usmef.org. Stay with us. We'll have more ag news right after this.